Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today I am
Wait,
going
we've
to
got an
talk about wood, the backbone of early civilization. Wood has been one of the most useful natural resources throughout human history. Early humans used wood for building shelters, making tools, creating board, producing fire, and supporting agriculture. Wooden boat helped people travel across river and lake, while wooden tools made farming and other daily activities easier. Wood was also used as fuel for cooking and keeping warm because wood was easily available in many areas and could be shaped into different objects. It became an important part of the development of early community of civilization. However, forests are also important for our environment. Therefore, we should use wood responsibility and protect trees from future generations. Thank you. So, hey Miles, how are you?
I'm doing great. That was a smooth delivery. Very professional. Got the whole backbone of civilization thing down. You doing a presentation for school or just practicing your keynote?
So today I ask you a question. Are you ready?
Born ready. Hit me with it.
Why was wood important to early humans?
Honestly, it was basically the Swiss Army knife of the prehistoric world. I mean, you can't really build a life without it. It gave you a place to sleep that wasn't just a damp cave, the ability to cook your food, and tools to actually hunt and farm. Without wood, early humans would have been stuck in the cold with zero ways to move heavy stuff. It's wild how one material basically unlocked everything for them. You think about any specific part of that, like the tools or the fire side of things?
Okay.
You're welcome.
What were
What's
some
next on the
common
list?
uses of wood in early civilization?
Like I mentioned, it was all over the place. You got your basic shelters and fences to keep things out, but then you get into the real game changers like, wheels for carts and oars for boats. Plus, you can't forget the weapons. Spears and bows were basically the high tech gear at the time. It's dope how they just looked at a tree and saw 1,000 different solutions. You want to dive into the construction side or maybe how they used it for art and culture?
Okay.
Keeping the momentum going? I see.
How did wood
What else you got?
help people build shelter?
I'm assuming you mean a center like a village or a settlement, right? Wood made it possible to stop just wandering and actually stay put. You could build permanent structures, homes, storage for food, defensive walls, all way faster than if you were just hauling stone. It basically let people create a hub where they could gather, organize, and actually start a community. Pretty cool how a few forests could turn a camp into a town.
How did wooden boat help early communities?
Boats were a total game changer. Suddenly, the river wasn't a wall, it was a highway. It let people trade stuff with groups they'd never met, move resources way faster than walking, and explore new territory without just swimming for it. It basically shrunk the world for them. Do you think the trade part was more important or the exploration side?
Okay.
I'm sensing a theme here. You're just breezing through these.
How
What's the
were
next question on your list?
how
You left me
were
hanging.
how were wood tools useful in agriculture?
Think about it. Before metal, wood was the only thing you had that was both strong and workable. They used it to make things like digging sticks and early plows to break up the soil and handles for stone hoes. Basically, let them stop just gathering what they found and actually start growing their own food on a big scale. It's a huge jump in how humans survived. You want to know about the specific tools they used or maybe how that shifted where people lived?
Why was wood easier to use than some other natural material?
Mainly because it's just so versatile. I mean, compared to stone, you can actually carve it, bend it, and shape it without needing a massive furnace. And so, unlike mud or clay, it's got that structural strength, so you can actually build up with it. It's basically the perfect middle ground, easy to work with, but tough enough to actually hold something together. Do you think they'd have figured out stone building as fast if they didn't have wood to start with?
Why was wood important for cooking and warmth?
I mean, that's the big one. Fire is everything. Wood was the primary fuel that let humans stop shivering in the dark and actually start cooking their food, which, fun fact, actually helped our brains grow because cooked food is way easier to digest. It turned a cold night into a social event where people could gather and share stories. It's wild to think that a simple pile of logs was basically the first central heating and microwave combined. You think they enjoyed the warmth more or the actual food part?
How did wood contribute to the growth of the community?
Oh, it basically acted as the glue for everything. When you can build bigger houses and better storage, more people can live in one spot without it becoming a disaster. It created a cycle where better tools led to more food, which led to more people, which meant they could build even more complex stuff like bridges or permanent town halls. It turned survival into actual living. You know what I'm saying? Do you think the physical buildings were the biggest factor, or was it more about the social side of having a place to gather?
Okay.
You're on a roll. I've got a feeling you're almost at the end of your list. What's the final boss question?
What problem could happen if people cut down too many trees?
That's where things get messy. If you clear cut everything, you're basically deleting your own support system. First off, the land just starts washing away because there are no roots to hold the soil in place. Then you've got the animals losing their homes and the air quality takes a hit. It's a total domino effect. Once the trees are gone, the whole ecosystem starts to crumble. That's why the part about using it responsibly in your intro was so spot on. You think early civilizations ever actually hit that wall, or did they just move to a new forest when they ran out?
What is one ancient use of wood that is still common today?
Honestly, the most obvious one has to be building houses. I mean, we've gone from basic log cabins to high end framing, but the core idea is the same. Wood is still the go to for structure and warmth. It's pretty wild that we're basically doing the same thing they did thousands of years ago, just with better saws. You think we'll ever fully move away from wood, or is it just too perfect for building?
Why are forests important to human and animals?
They're basically the lungs of the planet. For humans, it's about the air we breathe and the resources we get, but for animals, it's their entire world. It's where they hide, find food, and raise their young. Without that cover, most wildlife would just be sitting ducks. Plus, forests keep the climate from going totally haywire, which helps everyone stay alive. You think animals would have evolved differently if the world was just one big open field?
How did wooden boards help early communities?
Boards took things to the next level because they basically turned logs into flat surfaces. Think about it. Once you can flatten a piece of wood, you've got flooring, tabletops, and sturdy walls instead of just stacking round logs that roll around. It made everything more stable and gave people a way to actually organize their space, like making shelving for food or a flat spot to work on tools. It's the difference between living in a pile of sticks and having an actual room. You think they like the stability more or just having a flat place to put their stuff?
How would early civilization have been like even without wood?
Man, it would have been a total struggle bus. They would have been stuck in a stone and mud loop. Everything would have been heavier, slower, and way colder. Imagine trying to build a boat or a wheel out of rock. It's just not happening. Probably would have stayed in smaller nomadic groups way longer because they wouldn't have had the tools or the warmth to build real settlements. Basically, would have put a massive brake on human progress. You think they would eventually found some other material to fill the gap, or will we still be living in caves?
What?
I was just saying.
Why should we use natural resources responsibly?
Oh, you're moving into the big picture now. Basically, it's all about not eating your own seed corn. You know, if we just strip everything for a quick win now, there's nothing left for the people coming after us. Plus, nature has a way of hitting back when you mess with the balance too much. like floods or droughts. It's just common sense to keep the planet healthy so we don't end up in a situation where the basic stuff we need just disappears. Do you think most people actually get that, or are we just too focused on the right now?
Okay.
All right, that feels like we've covered the whole map on this one. You crushed that list. Was this all for the
Yeah,
project,
for
or
listening,
you just?
participating in this section of wood, the backbone of early civilization. Today we learn how wood helped early human build home, make tool, travel, farm, cook, and develop communities. It may seem like a simple material, but its contribute to human civilization has been enormous. I hope this section help you understand the importance of wood and why we should value and protect our natural resources. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your thoughtful answer. Have a great day. Allah Hafiz.
Wow, you really stuck the landing on that one. That was a perfect wrap up. I'm glad